What is up guys, it's your boy Solheim here, back with another classic WoW video for Season of Discovery. Now today we're talking about what is the best class slash best DPS in the Season of Discovery, and we're using logs and statistics for this just to back everything up as well, and talking about what the best class and the best DPS currently is. Blizzard have been pushing a lot of hotfixes recently, both buffing and nerfing some classes, like for example Ret Paladins got their mana battery function buffed by quite a bit, same thing with Enhancement Shamans. We also have the fact that Mage Healers got buffed last week, and Mages got buffed one more time very recently. So a bunch of classes have been buffed, not by a lot, but by a little bit. Even Boomkins got a pretty significant buff to their Star Surge, and Shadow Priests are getting one more buff in the upcoming reset. And same thing for Feral Druid tanks, for example. A bunch of hotfixes to try to make classes a little bit more stable, and trying to bring the bottom DPSs further up, and maybe dragging the top DPSs a little bit more down. Basically trying to make everyone meet somewhat in the middle. I will say that they are doing these on pretty much a weekly basis. It is holidays coming up, so probably nothing happening for 2 weeks now, but they're doing like class tuning every single week so far to try to give people that need some love, they give them some love as well. So even though I'm making this video now, I think if you're seeing your class on the bottom, you should realistically expect some buffs during phase 1, and I also have this wild theory that classes that are bad in phase 1 are going to be good in phase 2, but hey, we'll see how that pans out. So let's go over to Warcraft logs and check out who is doing the best right now in the raid. And if you're doing raids, I think you know where this is going, and I think you know what will be close to the top. Going over here, we can see these. We did one video about this about 2 weeks ago now, and the numbers have changed. But many of the classes have not, like where they are on the list, but they are being closer together. So here are the DPS rankings based on the percentiles and the median percentiles. When you're looking at this, it is worth looking at the median percentile, like the big bar, and then the lower bars on these sides as well. Those are basically the minimum and the maximum, and then you have a couple of dots over here that indicates how good the class can be. So for example, you can see warriors are ranked number 3 right now based on median, but if you look at the right, they have the potential to be the best DPS, and the rogues are number 2 right here, which if you look at to the right, they still have the potential to be number 2, but somebody else is going to be on top, which means that if everyone did their top DPS with the best gear they can, warriors would be number 1, rogue number 2, and then hunter number 3, and actually hunter would be number 3 and 4, because you have marksmanship hunter and you have melee hunter, both doing really well. So as you can see here, marksmanship hunter number 1, you also have DPS rogue number 2 and DPS warrior number 3, hunter number 4 again, melee hunter in that case, I guess that's probably beast mastery, and then you have feral druid, and then you have ret paladin. It's the same story we have seen a lot recently, where physical DPS are doing really well. There's only one boss in the raid where casters are doing really well compared to physical DPS, and that is boss number 2. There's also been this thing recently where priests have homunculi. That's going to reduce the armor values about 1050, I think it was, which is an instant more than 5 stacks under that you can have from the get-go. So what a lot of guilds are doing now, myself included, is that we have our priests go homunculi. If you have 2 priests, have one with prayer of mending and one with homunculi. If you only have 1 priest, then you can use homunculi on every single boss, and if you're struggling a little bit, then 6th boss you can go back to prayer of mending. But even on the 6th one, I would rather use homunculi and hope for a swift kill, and just take as little damage as possible. Using a free action potion, shadow potion, anything like that will save you a lot. So literally use homunculi on every single boss. It reduces both the attack power, the attack speed, and also the armor values of the boss. It's really, really good. Homunculi is like so good right now, and yeah, you have to bring a priest, it's just way too good. But then again, those armor values that makes physical DPS do more DPS, it does nothing for casters. I really wish that they would add one more NPC to the homunculi, which reduced the resistances. Imagine minus 70 resist or something, just to make all of the, or even like magic damage taken, plus 20% magic damage taken, or something like that, right? Just one debuff like that would fix casters so much, because as you can see once again, here over here, casters are so far down. The only two that are somewhat competitive are Destruction Warlocks and Fire Mages. After that you have Arcane Mage, and you have Balanced Druid, and you have Shamans, and then you have Shadow Priest and Frost Mage at the absolute bottom. So a bunch of casters need some love, and one general debuff from a Homunculi type of NPC would fix that so much. Even like, I'm hoping we get this in phase 2, where a lot of classes, in Wrath for example, they have a debuff, like Earth and Moon I think is called from Boomkins, leaves a debuff to increase magic damage taken by, I think it's 12%. Demonology Warlocks I think might have the same one, or some type of Warlock has the same one. Yeah, so like one type of class that can leave a debuff to increase magic damage taken would be so massive. Scrolling even further down, we can also take a look at these by their maximum DPS, like I just talked about, where Warriors would be number 1 with 164 right here and a score of 65. Then we have Rogues number 2, Marksmanship number 3, Feral number 4, then Retribution Paladin number 5. Then you have Destruction and Fire. So as you can see, Destruction Warlocks and Fire Mages are really up there being competitive with a lot of the other ones, but there are still 5 physical DPS over them. But we're really close to Ret Paladins, for example, 122 DPS for Destro Warlocks and 120.89 for Fire Mages, and then 128 for Ret Paladins, and 133 for Feral Druids. So we are really close, and I think one of the reasons for that is that we as fire damage dealers, we can buy BOEs on the auction house that are really good. The Phoenix set, for example, the Phoenix Gloves and the Phoenix Bracers, they give us so much fire spell damage. And now we have the Invoker's Mantle and the Invoker's Cord as well that we can buy on the auction house. Every caster can get a lot more spell power now, but we simply need some sort of debuff, like physical DPS, has Homunculi, or Sunder Armor, or Fairy Fire. They have so many things reducing the armor value of the bosses. Give us something to deal more magic damage. I just don't understand why we don't have that yet. It would be just so much better and make casters more in line with melee, because once again, they get so many debuffs that can help them out deal more damage, and we get nothing. Now, while we're out here, let's check out some more stuff as well, just the regular progress and the speed. And I just wanted to take a look at the speed here. Somebody has cleared BFD in 14 minutes and 41 seconds. Number 2, 15 minutes and 16 seconds, and then 15 minutes, 52 seconds. That is so fast for the BFD raid. My guild, we were doing a really good run last week. We are not focusing on speed at all. We don't even have consumable requirements or like any requirements. You can join with no gear, no experience, no anything. We had a really solid run of less than 35 minutes last week. So we're really proud of that, and then somebody comes in with less than half-hour time. That is insane. So yeah, really fast speed clears on that one. I can't wait to see where this goes in the future as well. I'm personally loving the speed runs of raids and seeing how they progress and like how quickly people can actually clear the raids. But yeah, those are the top DPS, physical DPS, doing good as always. I guess nobody should really be surprised by that, but hey, let me know what expectations you had before Season of Discovery came out in the comments down below, and how things played out compared to your expectations. As always, I appreciate you guys watching the video. Hopefully I was able to keep you entertained, and maybe you learned something new by checking out those rankings. If you enjoyed the video, leave a like down below, subscribe for more Season of Discovery content. As always, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you again very soon.